Welcome back to That Dad Guy. It's November 3rd, 2022, and today I am doing a stamp video. And I don't mean I'm just showing stamps that people have sent me or stamps that are in my father's collection. Canada Post has new issue stamps that came out this week, and I want to show you what they are. So, in order to show you what they are, I'm going to run down to the post office, check my P.O. box, and get the new stamps. So, let's go for a drive. I thought I might do the typical time lapse and show you driving around. But if I show you this way, you can actually see what the trees look like. There's Canada Post delivering some mail. So I'll have to check my mailbox later on and see what showed up there. I'm hoping that more and more of you decide to send to my P.O. box, and then I'm getting it all in one spot. That's what I'm hoping. But those of you who have my address, if you want to send it to that, continue to do that. But I am hoping that the transition to the P.O. box will be better. And for those of you who don't know what the P.O. box number is, it's in the videos that I put out. I put it in the description. But it is That Dad Guy at P.O. Box 22, Stn Main, Moncton, New Brunswick, E1C 8R9 here in Canada. So that's the P.O. box. You can see today is looking like another nice day for November. It's showing currently 4 degrees, but it's supposed to get up to 13 degrees today. So I'm looking forward to that. Any day that it is not raining or snowing or below the freeze is wonderful, especially this time of year. You can see there are still a few trees that have leaves on them, but the colors aren't as bright as they once were. Most of the trees, the leaves have fallen, except for these evergreens, of course. Some people call them Christmas trees. When it gets to Christmas time, I will be putting out another video, one about how people decorate outside like I did for the Halloween one, because it seemed to be popular with those people that don't decorate on the occasions. So I want to show you how people go up and above decorating outside. And I'm also going to show you decorating inside, because we do a little differently. We don't have a typical green tree, we have a birch tree. It is a part of the family history that comes from my wife's side, and so I will show you what ours looks like. That being said, let me get to the post office here. Well, I got my stamps. Is it too early to start talking about Christmas? I don't think so, because we got a new Christmas booklet that came out today. So, let me show you that. Well, it didn't come out today. It came out this week. Let's be fair. Here's the stamp and the booklet. It says, in a biblical accounts of the birth of Jesus, the Star of Bethlehem served as both a guide that led the Magi to find the young child and a sign that the prophecy is coming of a Savior had been realized. Despite much scholarly research and astronomical observations, the nature of the unusually bright celestial light remains a mystery. Whatever its origins, the star, as described in the Gospel of Matthew, provides assurances that the coming of the Christ child was the fulfillment of God's covenant with the faithful. So, there we go. That is the new one. Now, when I was in the post office, they also had these stamps, which it's another celebration of the birth of Jesus in the serene symmetrical painting, a masterpiece of the Italian Renaissance in Florence Lunetti, based on his painting of Luke's Gospel, in which the angels first announced the birth of Jesus to humble shepherds who rushed from their fields to find the newborn Savior. Hope you guys can see that picture all right in the stamp. They weren't done. I found another one. These ones, Christmas Noel. You see that? It says, through the simple, colorful imagery and rich symbolism from the humble shelter and improvised crib that the Holy Family found in Bethlehem to the Christmas star announcing Jesus' birth and the cross, of universal symbol of Christianity, this stamp evokes a traditional folk art to tell the story of the Nativity. And then they had this stamp. All right, so we've gotten away from the biblical reason for Christmas. Here we've got 2 stockings that say Christmas and Noel on it, to have the French and the English with candy canes on them. And then that is all I have for Christmas stamps today. They did have some of the other ones from last year, but I showed them to you last year with the elves and things on it, so I didn't get those ones. But there were some bird issues as well. And I'm going to show you those in a minute. I'm just going to drive for a second first. I love when new stamps come out. It gives me a new variety of things to show off, to send around the world, to decorate. Yeah, it'd be nice to have some of the older stamps, but I know how easy it is to put a few new ones together and send them off, and the card looks just as good. I'm going to show you what those are coming up. Coming up on a stretch of land here, starting right here. They are in the process of developing 11 apartment buildings on this piece of wooded area. They've got one, you'll see the crane there at the end, that has gone up quite a bit already. Still more to come, and they're pouring a foundation on a second one. The city of Moncton seems to be booming with apartment buildings. I'm not sure if we're having an influx of people moving in, but it seems like they fill up quickly. So either people are moving out of houses into apartments and condos, or we've got an influx of new people that are coming in as well. You can see a little bit of construction zone that's happening over there. They're pouring concrete, and they're putting up new floors on this apartment building. And it'll look really different when all 11 are built. I think it's like a 6 or 7 year project to do all of them, but it's going to change. And then this wooded area right here is Centennial Park, one of the back sides of it. I've talked about Centennial Park several times, from when we had the meet up there in July. It was at the far end of the park. On this end, you'll have walking trails. They used to do sleigh rides through there. They don't do that anymore, but they do have cross-country skiing and such that goes on. This area we're looking at in front of us is the Moncton Coliseum. So this is where our hockey team used to play, and all the concerts and things came to. But if you watch my Michael Bublé concert one, it was in the new Avenir Center, which was built a few years ago. So they moved from this location, and now they have the hockey team, and some of the big concerts all go there. And this building is really used more for trade shows and things when they come through. So we're having Christmas at the Coliseum, which will be coming up soon. We'll be there as well, and I may do a video on that. I don't know, there's lots of different things that are coming up, so keep in mind, keep posted, and waiting, and see what I have to offer. Now, let me get to a place to stop, and I will show you the other stamps that came. Alright, I think this is the perfect place to show you what came out as stamps other than Christmas today, being outside. Look at these cardinals. It says, during the holidays, we're always thrilled to receive dispatches of love and hope from fields and friends and family. Birds that overwinter in Canada also brighten the season with their visits to backyard feeders. They, like other birds and animals, can bring us good tidings through meaningful messages which vary by culture or tradition. The cardinal, with its festive red coloring, is often symbolic of devotion, diversity, and unity, qualities that are integral part of the holiday season. So there you have. There we go, that's probably better. The red cardinal permanent stamps. And then they put out a US version. So here we got the Blue Jay. There is no description of the Blue Jay on it. It just says special thanks to David Gray, Greyhound Information Services, for his expertise. There is the stamp. And then the final one is the international one. So we have this one here. And I don't know this type of bird, if it's a finch or what it is. But there are the 3 stamps with birds. So for those of you who collect birds, they're the new Canadian stamps. So hopefully you enjoyed what I found today at the post office. What I discovered had come out, so I had to rush down to get them, and maybe it'll be on one of the cards going to you. I also checked my P.O. box while I was there today. I'll go back in again tomorrow just to make sure I have everything for tomorrow's video, but I did notice there was a few things that showed up, so I'll be glad to show those off. All right, have a magical week. What, Polo? You say like, subscribe, share, and tell all your friends.
Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?